Hello everyone and welcome to digiet.com, a platform where we make life simple for management students worldwide. In this video on the subject of service marketing, we are going to cover the topic on what makes services different from goods. The video fleshes out key differences between services and goods vis-a-vis parameters such as intangibility, perishability, ownership, quality checks, and customers' involvement in services. Additionally, the video also highlights the topic of good service continuum, which indicates a good mix of goods and services in today's era to provide superior customer value. So let's start with the topic on goods versus services. Let's start with the difference between goods and services. First, goods are defined as those which can be physically experienced, verified, and treated or exchanged. On the other hand, services are activities, deeds, and performance which are available to customers. Next, goods are tangible in nature, as in they can be touched, seen, felt, heard, or smelt. Services, on the other hand, are intangible in nature. They cannot be touched, seen, tasted, felt, heard, or smelt. Goods are homogeneous in nature. They are produced by a company and are consistent in quality in one batch of production. Services are heterogeneous in nature. No two services are alike, as services are delivered by the people whose performance differs. Production and distribution are separated from consumption in case of goods. Goods are first produced and then sold and consumed, as in iPhone is first manufactured, then it is sold to the customer, and then the customer will unbox it and use it. On the other hand, production, distribution, and consumption are done simultaneously in case of services. Next, goods can be stored in inventory or it can be resold another day. Services, on the other hand, cannot be saved, stored, resold, or returned due to its perishability. As in, if there's a flight which can take about 200 passengers, as only 100 passengers filled in before the time of the flight will take off and the remaining 100 seats will go unsold. They cannot be saved for a later flight or a later day. Consumers do not participate in the production process in case of goods. But in services, consumers must participate in the production process since production and consumption is done simultaneously. In case of a flight taking off is a production process. And at the same time, passengers, as in customers, are present in the flight and consuming that service. Next, in case of goods, there is transfer of ownership from the seller to the buyer. But in case of services, there is no transfer of ownership. No matter how expensive the restaurant is, at the end of it, you finish your meal and move out from there. There is no tangible goods that are given to you when you leave from there. In case of goods, consumers can compare choices by examining them side by side. But services, on the other hand, cannot be compared by experiencing simultaneously. As in, you can keep a Samsung Note phone next to an iPhone and compare both of them. But in case of services, if you're comparing two restaurants, what you need to do is go to these restaurants individually and then in the end compare them. But it cannot be done simultaneously in case of services. And finally, in case of goods, the marketing mix consists of 4 P's. That is the product, price, place, and promotion. In case of services, there are 7 P's. Product, price, place, promotion, physical evidence where the service is delivered, the people, as in the employees who deliver the service, and the process in the end. Now let's move on to another topic of goods services continuum. Goods and services continuum means goods and services offerings are being intermingled in an unprecedented manner in different proportions. What a consumer gets today is basically a mix of goods and services. There can be pure services, but there's almost nothing like a pure product today. Almost all goods or products are accompanied by some services. Increasing market competition and the entry of new players in the market for similar manufactured products has resulted in intermingling of goods and services to a great extent. The dividing line between goods and services is rapidly getting blurred, as businesses are discovering that marketing of goods is becoming increasingly dependent on services offered. When more and more similar goods produced, it is the services offered that have become the main distinguishing factor. Now there are 5 broad categories under the goods services continuum. Number 1, pure tangible goods. Some companies offer only tangible goods but do not offer any services tied with the goods. For example, toothpaste or packed salt. These goods are purchased by the customers based purely on the direct benefits received from their consumption. For example, most people do not expect any service to accompany a toothpaste or body wash, etc. Next, major goods with minor services. In case of technology-dependent goods in which customers need accompanying services such as trial, delivery, and installation, operation, training, warranty, and after-sales service are crucial. Such goods include all consumer durables such as the washing machine, refrigerator, water purifier, etc., passenger cars, computers, and similar products. For example, an electronic appliance company offers an installation service for its domestic water purifier. Here, the installation technician will train the customer in its use, water pressure requirement, etc. and help carry out the minor plumbing. Next, goods and services in nearly equal measure. The goods that are accompanied equal measure by service make it a memorable experience for the customer. Now, people have different reasons for choosing a bar or a restaurant. For some, it is the quality of food or cocktails, while others like a place for its atmosphere or the service. Thus, the goods in this case are the menu card, food and drinks, which are accompanied in equal measure by service, which includes ambience, music, decor, atmosphere, hospitality, and efficient service, together making it a memorable experience. Number 4. Services accompanied by minor goods. Most of the customers select an airline based on comfort and speed. While the journey would essentially be an intangible service, it will be accompanied by some minor goods. In this case, they include food and drinks served on the aircraft, physical evidence of a service such as ticket, boarding pass, or a complimentary in-flight magazine. These are small but tangible goods. But the major reason for selecting an airline is for its service. That's the reason this is service accompanied by minor goods. And finally, pure service not accompanied by goods. Some companies and firms provide services that may not have any accompanying goods. For example, a consultation visit to the psychiatrist or physiotherapist. Now, these rarely entail any accompanying tangible products. So that's it, folks. This brings an end to the topic of major differences between services and goods. These are the list of sources and links referred to for the content in the video. Thank you.